Before starting this process, connect your computer to the GTX600 via USB or network cable. Open the GTX6 Maintenance tool on Windows in the Start menu, on macOS in the Applications folder. Ensure you have several sheets of A4 or letter-sized white paper on hand. The GTX6 Maintenance tool menu appears on the screen. Select your printer. Then, select Platen Rolling Adjustment. Click Next afterwards. Before proceeding, ensure you have performed the initial settings after head replacement, color adjustment, firing adjustment, and 2 same color heads position adjustment. If you have not performed, press back to return to the prior screen to perform. If you have already performed, proceed by checking the box and press Next. Ensure the 14 by 16 Platen is on the printer at height level A. Proceed to place a flat sheet of white paper in portrait orientation in the front and center of the Platen to print. Click Next afterwards. Commence printing the feeding pattern 1. After printing, return to the GTX6 Maintenance tool, press Next, and identify the number of the pattern that looks smoothest and most even on your print using the example provided as a guide. On our print, we see that for FWD, pattern 0 is the best, and for RVS, pattern 0 is also the best. Select the number of the pattern for both FWD and RVS, which is best. Press Next once the FWD and RVS number has been set. Next, place an additional flat sheet of white paper in a portrait orientation on the front and center of the Platen and print the confirmation file. After printing, press Next. The second print should be the smoothest and most even between -1 and +1. On our print, +1 looked best for FWD and 0 looked best for RVS. In this case, you can proceed to the next step. Click the radio button for yes if it is and no if not. You will need to press Return to Step 2 if selecting no. If the output was smoothest and yes is selected, proceed and press Next. Then, place a final sheet of white paper in portrait orientation on the front and center of the Platen to print feeding pattern 2. Press Next to send feeding pattern 2 to the printer. Then print feeding pattern 2. After printing, return to the GTX6 Maintenance tool, press Next, and then select the numbers on your print that look smoothest and most even. On our print, -10 looked smoothest for all 4 rows. Press Next once the numbers for all 4 rows have been set. When finished, Platen Rolling Adjustment will return as completed. Press OK to finish the setup.